The Trench Mob Show.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
it is a brand new show with the Trench Mob, run by former UConn star defensive end and who parlayed it into an NFL career, Mr. Julius Williams. Julius, welcome to our inaugural episode.
What's up, brother? Happy to be here, man. Gonna get to be with you guys.
Happy too because you have so much talent and we get to go through it and feature everything. Wherever you want to look, it's definitely going to help. And we also have part of your team, Coach Jordan. Coach Jordan, welcome from Valdosta State, won a national championship,
Oh,
big
yeah.
time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, guys, man. Thank y'all for having
Of
me.
course.
And then, unfortunately, we also have Tyler King. All he does is he trains, he teaches class, and then he beats that ass. And then after he'll pounce them.
I
He
mean, today I trained. I did well, I taught a couple times. Then I was beating some ass, and then I get the text as I'm stepping off the mat. Hey, go on the show. Like literally, no context. He's just like, do a show, Julius Williams. Come on. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I don't want to go eat egg rolls at the pub.
really, wow! I can't believe that happened to you. You're such a nice guy.
I really, dude, it's a long day. I need my food. I need my calories. I just trade. Come on, man. I literally, I
No,
just,
I hear that. I hear
I
that.
made I made some BCAAs, ate a Kit Kat, threw a Zit in. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So Julius and Coach Jordan, they have done a fantastic job over the last few years. They work specifically with offensive and defensive linemen. They have competitions 5v5, which is a completely new terminology to me, where they compete under a 6 minute clock and it's rapid fire. They just go. They go and they compete against other teams. They compete against each other. They do drill work. And what I like and I think is really important is they are getting offensive and defensive linemen better. Offensive and defensive line play is critical for any college or pro team to have success. So there's not a lot of people out there who work specifically with linemen. They want to get the sexy style points and work with the receivers and the running backs and the DBs and do 7-on-7. So I like that Julius is getting down and dirty with these guys and teaching them the right way because he's been through it all from UConn to the NFL to doing this now down in Decatur, Georgia. Um, Anyone wants to join the Trench Mob, you can go to battleofthetrenches.com. They will take on any age group and they will make you great. They will help you
So
reach your potential.
I actually wanted to cut in there a little bit, Steve.
I,
Julius,
you always do. Go ahead.
well, I just want some clarification. The 5 v 5 sounds super interesting. What's the rule set there? What's the competition entail? Do you do pass blocking versus run blocking? Like, how's it work?
I kind of
Educate me.
explained it, Tyler, if you were just listening, but go ahead. Yeah, no, I think it's just pass blocking. I think it's just pass blocking.
All right,
But
so
let
it's
him.
mainly for guys. So TK, when we're at UConn, we're doing one on ones. Um, we can bull rush. We can do whatever we need to do. To get to the bag.
Yeah.
Um, 5v5 specifically, there is no bull rush. So
Ooh.
it forces the D lineman to use his hands, beat guys laterally.
Yep.
It forces you to work on your craft. And the same with O linemen. Like you can't just, pick somebody up and slam them,
Yeah.
those what you guys,
Exactly.
like to do. But it's more so footwork,
Hater.
handwork,
It's
and making
technique.
sure that we're doing what we need to do. So when we do run into those more elite guys,
Yeah, of
we're prepared.
course.
Yeah, Tyler, I was talking with Coach Jordan, and if I recall, when you were a defensive lineman and had good old Hank Hughes, did
Yep.
he or did he not teach everything off of a bull rush? He wanted hat and hands. He wanted a bull rush first, and then you would work a move off of that. Correct?
So yes and no. The head hands
Okay.
was really like the base of everything, but you also keep in mind we weren't so much of an upfield rush defense on the line. We had, especially my sophomore junior year, and then a little bit my senior year, we had a pretty experienced defensive line.
Oh, you
We
had the
were
best.
we
Yeah.
we were a little more gap control, and like so we'd go initial hand to hands. Obviously, third downs, we crank it up, do work hands, work the edge, that sort of thing. But yeah, as far as like base defense, it was all hand hands, everything off of that. But again, down and distance always came into play.
Right, right, and that's what I thought was interesting about what Coach Jordan said. They work everything off the speed rush, which I like, and I think it's more difficult that way because a lineman anticipates the bull rush. Now they're getting speed. Now they're getting speed. Now, Coach Jordan, if I'm correct, you can go speed to power and
Mm-hmm.
really knock the hell out of them
Right.
because they're not expecting it. They're
Absolutely.
sitting back on that speed rush, and now you're turning it into a bull, and that's the end of the day.
Right.
But who kind of came up with the formula for teaching how to pass rush? Where you start from, starting from your stance, going into the speed rush. Who was that? Was that you, Julius, who kind of came up with like the teaching progression for how you were going to do this?
No, I mean I can't take the credit. Um,
Right.
to a camp way back in 2020.
Wow.
There was a guy, Coach Oye, down in Florida. Actually, he's the one that is actually having the Miami camp.
Right.
So way back in 2020, he invites us out to a camp in Miami. He invites us out to a camp in Miami. We go down. Um, First of all, I had just heard what 5v5 was before that.
Yeah.
So um, everybody knew one-on-one pass rush. When I played at UConn, Jacksonville Jaguars, when I was in Canada, Edmonton Eskimos, one-on-one pass rush was always something that, especially D linemen, got up for.
They did.
Offensive linemen, loved it as well. It just gave us a chance to compete. So hearing about it, I didn't know much. So we went. Our first tournament was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We took 9 guys that didn't even
Wow.
have varsity experience. They were all JV guys, really.
Right.
We went out there. We did pretty good. Then we get invited to a big one down in Miami that's hosted by Coach O. There's teams from California, all over the globe. This was the most fun I had personally since I
Yeah.
had been a football player with an actual helmet on and shoulder pads myself. You know, so from there, we began to grow, promote it, and it turned into what it's turned into today.
Yeah.
I think this is our 6th year doing it. We've had tons of guys get scholarships. We had guys,
Yeah.
that are now, playing in the NFL and and doing some great things, man. So it's been a
Your
great
track
time.
record speaks for itself. I know that for sure. Coach Clark, you got involved last year, and I mean, you have 55 guys right now. So walk me through like how many times a week do you guys get together with the groups? How do you split them up and teach them? Because you have offensive and defensive guys. And I mean, do you work with both, or do you strictly work? Because I know you were an offensive guy. Do you stick with the offensive guys, how does that kind of work with the scheduling and each week when you work with the kids? You're muted, Coach Jordan.
Say Coach Clark. I was about to say,
That's all right.
hell is Coach Clark? But no. So every Sunday we come together. We might not
Yep.
go straight into training, but we'll bring them kids in because one thing about Trench Mob, we do more than just 5v5. We try to help them
Yes.
navigate through everything else. So we'll bring those guys in, have like a little meeting with them, talk to them about life, maybe watch some film, whatever. And then we'll go outside. One of our coaches, Coach Ant, he'll come in, he'll stretch them out, do whatever, warm them up. And then depending on what me and Julius are feeling, like we come together and we say, hey, we want to do a lot more run because,
Right.
games that we saw, these guys got to work on this, offensive line work on that. So Coach Julius will take the D-line, take them to one side. I'll take them to another side. We'll go for about 15, 20, 25 minutes, maybe even 30 if it comes to it. And then we'll come together, do some ones, protect ourselves, try to kick D-line's ass, and then we'll just go from there.
And it's just the two of you guys that really handle the group.
So no, it's a plethora. It's like 5 of us. So we got
Okay,
Mike.
so there's 5. Okay.
We got Mike, who is one of those camera guys, but knows football. We have Ant.
Yes.
We got Coach Mack, who played in Canada. Coach Ant, who won 2 Super Bowls as a safety.
Wow.
But he comes in, he helps out with the O-line and D-line. Give a shout out to Miss Brandy. She's the woman behind the scenes. She helps out. So it's a family. It's a village. We try to make it work.
Yeah. No, Tyler, I was going to say to you, like, that's such an interesting operation. Like, I don't think we even have anything close to that up north here that strictly works offensive and defensive linemen and play like that. And, the way they split them up, the way they work them, I think that it's tremendous because line play is so important. And, if you look at line play, especially up here in New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, it's not the greatest. So something like that definitely would be beneficial. And it's great that Julius took the reins of this thing.
I mean, I've seen it. Most of the time you see things along the lines of like lineman camp. And, there's a couple of guys that run smaller operations, but this really is like one of the first specialized large scale type of operations that I've seen with this. And, me and Julius definitely see each other on social media. And I've just been blown away by not only the amount of talent he's had, but just the volume. That
I
really
love the intensity. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I say the volume of guys, like I see the photos. You just have so many guys, and it tells you 2 things. One, the quality of coaching is top notch. 2, it tells me that guys are hungry for this. As like you said, Steve, we haven't really seen this before, and it's kind of an untapped market. So it's great to see someone finally taking advantage of what's a giant void in the market, and B, really helping the guys from a technical standpoint because as linemen, you know, they kind of like try to dismiss it as being one of the least technical parts of football. You're just, being big, being strong, pushing each other around. When in reality, it truly is such on both sides of the ball, just learning the steps, the intricacies of the plays, stunt keys for defensive linemen, blocking keys for offensive linemen. It's one of those technical areas in the sport of football. It's really great to see someone actually paying the attention to that really is needed for it.
Julius, do you keep in contact? Yeah, because I know you work with a lot of players. Do you keep in contact or update the kids that you have, their high school coaches or their JV coaches, with the progress they're making, or if their coaches tell you, "Hey, I'd like you to work on this. They need more work on that."
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Okay.
So most coaches are cool and they support it. Like we have a coach that actually set it up to where we can come to their high school, use their facilities. We have about 3 or 4 coaches that are really, really involved.
That's huge.
So what we do, we speak to them, and then we say, hey, what does such and such need to work on? And we're able to come out, make them better players. I mean, I don't know many better O-line coaches around than Coach Jordan. And we have another guy, Coach Jared, that truly dive into these guys, break them down from the root, and help them grow. And the same with myself and Coach Mack. Like, we identify what they need. We communicate with coaches and kind of work together. Then there's other coaches that despise us, and
They
don't want their
do.
kids, to come around us, So,
Right.
be that as it may, whatever it is, we enjoy working with kids. We get a lot of um, bad that's put out that say we're a recruiting service and we're trying to get in bed with certain coaches and programs. But, that's not the case, man. We're truly just out here trying to help these kids get exposure. Like, there are kids that, let's say a kid plays at a small school, right? And nobody will ever really see him. When
Yeah.
they go on the road with us, they get a chance to compete against 4 stars. Guys that have 30 offers, 40 offers, 5 stars, guys that have 50 plus offers. And here they're a guy who nobody knows, and then one weekend, he can be the guy that's committed to USC, committed to Texas,
Exactly.
committed to Georgia. And now all of a sudden his recruiting gets boosted. And now he has 5 offers, 10 offers. We have more than 4 guys, 5 guys actually, that came into our program last year with 0 or 1 offer, and they left, and they had 40 offers,
Exactly.
30 offers, and now they're going to Florida State, South Carolina, Rutgers, schools like that, that
Yeah.
they just needed. They were always good players, but they just needed a higher boost in recruiting.
Well, Coach Jordan, I mean, it's still like huge to build those relationships with the college coaches. So they're confident when they know they come to you, they ask about a kid, they're going to get a direct answer, they're going to get an honest answer, and that builds a trust and a rapport with them. You're not necessarily working directly with them, but you're trying to help your kid get to the next level. And the more college coaches that seek you out and want to work with you and want to see your kids, that's going to be beneficial to the whole group.
I know, absolutely, for sure. Especially when, like, to Julius's point, when you get a kid that no one knows about. Like, when you bring a kid on the road and we bragging to this kid, like if it's a UConn or Charlotte or Georgia, one of them, we can say, hey, we got this kid. He's about 6'3", a little undersized, but I promise you, he's gonna be the real deal. And a lot of coaches these days, they'll still go to the high school ranks, talk to the high school coaches, all this other stuff, but it's different little tactics. Like, okay, he's good here, he's good there, as opposed to 5v5 when everyone knows here is NFL and college is starting to become passive. So with 5v5, you get to throw more, it's more pass rush, so then the coaches can see, okay, he has to sink a little more, or hey, he has to move his feet a little bit quicker, he has to put his hands out. But he is a nobody, but he's blocking guys that are 5 stars, 4 stars. You know what I mean? So
Right. Tyler, I mean, still, this is interesting. The 5v5 concept that they do, as opposed to like the 7-on-7 that we see that's grown tremendously for the skill positions. Now the linemen really have a place to showcase their skills.
Well, as Coach said, it's college and the pros becoming such a pass first operation.
Yeah.
So the way that 7-on-7 kind of illustrates just that passing, pass defense or route running, the skills and fundamentals, they can really separate the guys, you know, the way that just regular film can't. The 5v5 can really separate some of these linemen the way regular film can't, just because it's such a, when you're doing five, do you guys do mostly one on one? Or the guys or the D line, or they run stunts as well?
No, it's only 1-on-1.
there's only
Yeah.
one on
Okay,
one.
so
Twist.
But
oh wow.
but the
So
beauty Go ahead, Coach. I mean, cut you
Oh
off.
no, like I was gonna say, the beautiful thing, like to me, the beautiful thing about that is it's just such an expression of both guys' skill sets. They get to really showcase what they have in that essential part of the game, and it really helps guys showcase, and it kind of just washes away all the other minutia, all the other elements that get kind of caught up and not seen in like regular game film or one on ones.
Right.
Right. No, for sure. Julius, so you start on a Sunday. Then how many days a week would you say that you work with the group?
So we typically work with our guys 3 days a week. So we work on
Okay.
Sunday, and then so the big group is Sunday. Sunday is the
Sunday's the big
weekend.
one. Yeah.
I know everybody. It's off from school. You got some people that go to church in the morning. And they're able to come out Sunday afternoon and work with us. You know, and then we got some guys that are a little bit closer, so they can get to us during the week. So we train those guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're able to craft. And the good thing about us is you have tons of trainers. Like Georgia, it's definitely a football state. You know,
Huge.
so on every corner there's a trainer. There's somebody that they can go and work with. There's no shortage of O-line trainers and D-line trainers. But what there isn't much of, there isn't guys that are going to train you and then that are going to take you on the road to show you that their training works.
Correct.
In fact, most trainers shy away from this because they're so caught up in if he doesn't go out there and do well, they're not going to want to train with me anymore.
Right.
So
Right.
we throw our guys in the fire. We say, hey, we're going to teach you this on
That's right.
Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Then we're going to walk you in and let you meet these college coaches. As the Coach Jordan was saying earlier, when they see me, they see Coach Jordan, they know our track record. They can go to YouTube and watch my film. They can go Coach Jordan signed with Mississippi State out of high school. He was a big time recruit.
Yeah.
So they know the guy that's out there teaching them O-line, and they trust us. We
And that
have
means
relationships
something.
with these coaches, and we can reach out and say, hey, this is my guy. And they know about us a lot more than they know about the average high school coach, who's just kind of teaching X's and O's and, not really grooming these guys the way he could because he doesn't have time,
Right.
So, and a big thing to what Tyler was just saying, they just get to see a lot more here because it's
Yeah.
one-on-one. When
Right.
you, on your high school film, it's 11 guys versus 11 guys. Some of this film is blurry. Some of these
It's
guys
tough to see.
don't
Yep.
have the best camera. They don't have the best
Yeah,
people, that are filming their games.
yeah,
I'll give you a story. When I was in high school, we didn't have a camera guy. We had a dad, his son played middle linebacker. So wherever he went, that's where the film went. And I could have a 3-sack game and nobody would know because the
Right.
film wasn't on me. So on here, there's only two guys going at once. You can see get off, you can see hand placement, you can see
yeah,
violence, you can see the strain in these guys' face, you can see the muscles extract from these guys' body, you can see the way they react when they get beat, you can see who's resilient, and college coaches are really, really falling in love with this thing. I'm on the phone with college coaches. I meet a new college coach every day
That's
every day
awesome. That's
because
awesome.
they're calling about these guys, and it's truly awesome for sure.
Coach Jordan, when you're working with the offensive linemen, obviously it's different for tackles, guards, and centers. For tackles, are you working kick slide? The most important thing that I've seen is hand placement and punch.
Mhm.
And, a lot of guys now kind of reach and grab.
Right.
And have you been able to focus on teaching these kids how to punch?
100%. No, the first thing
Yeah.
that I like to do is teach footwork because now with offensive linemen, back in the day, and everyone can attest, back in the day, you wanted bigger dudes that could grab and, get you out of the club and do that like that. Now you got to have elite footwork. You got to have good hand placement. So the first thing that I take my lineman is we go to the ladder. We're going to work on footwork. We're gonna get it in. We're going to see who got good feet, slow feet. And one thing that I tell my guys is, look, I don't care if you played this your first time playing or you played for 5 years. Everyone's going to be different, whether you're a tackle, guard, or a center. Now, as far as kick to post, I like to shorten it up. Like with my tackles, we can go 45 to vertical, have them set out a little bit more than I would a guard in a center. Now, the beauty of the guys that I have on the O-line, I like to tell those guys, hey, listen, you got to be versatile. If you don't play every position, then it ain't going to work. So we might have a kid who's a great center, but he can be an elite tackle just by the work that he does. And as far as the hand placement, we'll go to the shoot, stay low, work on staying low and everything. We'll have like a bag, we'll punch it, get about 10, 20 punches in a time, working on the placement of it, because in 5v5, you can get hands to the face real quick. And a lot of coaches, they'll tell them, like, look, you do what you got to do just to protect my quarterback. Instead of just saying, hey, look, you got to stay low, stay vertical, hands to the V of the chest, and stay with them. And then we'll work certain moves like a trap technique. We'll work the spin. We'll work it all, because I firmly believe, regardless of the position you play, whether, and to Julius, because I see it every day, you might see a 3, a 5, or a 1. Some people might be speed to power. People might be a guy. So I like to teach it all.
Right. No, and you're so true. And you have to be prepared for it all, because you're going to see it all. You're going to see them attack your hands. You're going to see the bull rush. You're going to see the speed to power, and, the swim, the rip, everything that goes into it. They're inventing new moves as they speak. Tyler, what would you say in your repertoire, your favorite moves were as a defensive end?
Inside outside swim move, inside outside rip move, inside outside to the spin, and you already said it, the bull
You would
rush.
spin outside?
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's again inside
You
outside
started.
because
Yeah.
you know I wish, one thing I always wish is that I had done more martial arts while I was playing football. But one thing you learn, um, being inside in those trenches, that as a guy, like, I was never a giant defensive lineman. My
No, you
heaviest
were
weight
lean.
ever, my heaviest weight ever in the league was 278 pounds. That's the
Right.
biggest I ever was. So I realized, like, I can't let these 6'7", 305 pounders get their hands on me. So one thing I would really like to do is just get them going one way, so I could get their weight
Yes.
going one way, and then go the other way. That's where the outside swim came in. That's a lot of times where the outside spin came in as well, because you get it, so it works to the inside too. If they're running a traditional one-on-one pass blocking scheme, you get them going one way, you go the other. That's where the outside spin came in.
Yeah, and Julius, when you played, you were a much bigger size defensive end. Like you were close to 290, correct?
Now I fluctuated. I was between 260 and
Oh,
285,
okay.
280. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at some film right now of the trench mob and your talent, and evaluate who your guys are. Okay, hold on. Let me get this straight. All right, rewind it. All right, so this, which one would be your guy?
So we're the guys in the green shirts.
You're in the
So
green,
this
okay.
particular kid is a kid named Segun Alexander.
Okay.
He's a Canadian kid, actually comes from Toronto, and he goes to a private school here in Georgia. And he is a guy. Like, he is the real deal. He's one of those guys that he's at a private school,
Yep.
so not many coaches have seen him. And my phone has rung at least 5 times a day in the last week. about this kid. Like he is about to truly blow up. Like he's one of the kids that is going to be a major benefactor. He came on the road with us to University of Charlotte, and and they were salivating over this kid, man. Like he is a superstar in the making. He's only one tournament in so far, really. Well, two tournaments, but one tournament got shut down early. But he's truly he's a guy, man. I believe he's going to be a four-star kid, by the time he enters this football season, by things he's going to do on the road for sure.
And he's going to be a senior this upcoming year.
No, he's
He's a
actually a
junior.
sophomore.
Oh my God! Wow. Okay.
He'll be a junior this upcoming year.
6'3",
He's massive.
6'3", 270 of pure athleticism and violence.
Julius, as a sophomore, 6'3", 270.
6'3", 270 as a sophomore, maybe
Jesus.
4'7", 4'6" guy.
Oh,
Now-
wow. Okay.
Now, just tell me a little bit about the stance, because don't with the offhand with the D lineman you hang the arm down, or do you teach it keeping it up on your thigh or your knee?
I would prefer his hand to be up and not
Okay.
rested.
Yeah,
but again,
okay.
these kids, he's a kid.
They're
He's
learning.
only been
They're
with
learning.
us. He's only been with us for a month.
Oh wow.
So he's still learning the game and still learning the nuances. But to be honest with you, he's out here doing it the way he knows right now, and he's learning as he goes. But as he begins to continue to work with us, man, he's getting better every single day, and he's definitely going to be one of the best in the country by the time we get to like April, May. Lots of people are going to know his name for sure.
All right, let's take a look. Oh,
Hey.
good swim inside.
Yeah.
Good footwork there. Good swim inside. Oh,
Hey.
he's got long arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's got really long arms. Oh,
Oh,
jeez, that's just working
wow.
right there.
He's got great like explosive lateral movement.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he can his sidestep is incredibly quick.
Now, do they get? Coach Jordan told me. Do they get 2 reps in a row, or is it one and they just work down the line? And he said it's 6 minutes.
Yeah, he's got to get 2 reps.
2 reps.
So okay, wow, okay. He's got something. Jeez. They're opening up and giving him the inside because they're afraid of his outside rush. Good one-arm stab.
Wow.
I like the one-arm stab right there.
Agreed.
Now he's tight. You got to take the
wow.
inside there. I got to rewind that. Because he's clearly he set the guy up with the outside. Now he's tight. He's a tight 5.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2,
Wow.
swim inside, out the gate. It's like stealing. Oh, now he's wide. They got him in the 2-point stance.
Oh.
Good job getting around him.
He is a stud, man.
Jesus, for a
He's a
sophomore.
dude, man. He's a dude.
His first 2 steps are so quick. He's got great get off too.
Well, I like. Yeah, he does. But Tyler, I think he reads the pass set very well.
He does.
Coach Jordan, I mean, they're oversetting him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're clearly opening up the inside for him.
And for most coaches, that's what they teach. Like if he's lined up all the way out there, you see that in one video, he's already opening his shoulders, giving his
you can walk through it.
And you could just literally just go hands. You could get him with the long arm. It's just
I really like it. Oh, good rip. Good rip.
Right there. That was a perfect set, but he's so fast off the ball with that first get off. It's like
Yeah. That rip move is excellent.
Oh, yes, very much so.
I cannot believe this kid's a sophomore.
I agree. I second that.
Oh, now he's working the other side too. Wow.
And he was in 3 technique.
Oh, he's playing inside. He's playing 3.
Inside. Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Wow.
Wow. So, okay, what is his name again?
So his name is Segun.
Segun.
Yep, Segun Alexander. He is a stud.
Yeah,
Definitely remember this.
He is a stud, and we'll make
Yeah,
sure to put that in the show notes. We got to make sure that UConn calls you.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the thing, man. I got to get.
UConn, it's got to get down there. Jesus.
On the network.
No, I'll call him out. Coach Mora,
we got to do better though.
we got to get you down here. Jesus.
I'm gonna call Coach Baylock tomorrow. Be like, why aren't you talking to Julius?
Quincy Townsend had a comment, and he likes what he sees. Are you familiar with Quincy Townsend? Is he one of your guys? No.
Quincy Townsend, no. So Quincy Townsend, he's with me. Okay.
I
help with an exposure page. So he's one of our national recruiters. So he's watching. He's taking notes.
All right, Quincy. I like it. All right.
Shout out Quincy.
Let's go to this right here. Okay, let me rewind it. All right, this was the one you were telling me about. This is a young buck, right?
So this right here, man, this is one of those 8th graders that I personally, I don't speak for Julius, but I was particularly nervous about because, with these young guys, 7th, 8th graders, they go against these 9th and 10th graders. They don't really know, hey, listen, you're going to see this in a couple months.
Yeah.
You might as well get ready for it. So we was local, we was regional. We wanted him to come in, and this is big law. Only 8th grade.
I like his stance. A little high.
Mm-hmm.
I like the stance.
Oh,
that's good work right there. That's good work. Now, who's this right here?
Same kid. He played. Those are the kids I was telling you about. They can go both ways.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh! Playing with love. Keep playing with my boy.
That's all right. That's good with his hands. I like.
That was a really nice short set right there.
Yeah,
he's good. He's got his shoulders turned a little bit. He's got to get his hands up.
Give it to.
But he's good with his hands. Very good with his hands. Very good with his hands afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that the same kid?
Same kid.
Wow. That was good right there.
What's his full name, Juice? We just call him Law.
Good job working inside. And he's playing against older kids, right?
Yeah, first 2 kids he went against were 10th graders.
Jesus. And now this is a kid that I saw before. You said he's young too.
Same
right?
kid.
Same kid. Okay. He's got a 2-point stance, kid. Oh, that's good right there. Locked him right down.
Yeah.
Locked him down. Good set. Good punch. Good hand. I like it. Those are some good. Those are some good young bucks. So you're not afraid to throw the young bucks out there.
No, not at all. If they want it, we get nervous for them. But the moment they say, Coach Juice, Jordan, I'm ready. Go ahead. That's how you really get better. You gotta lose something to get it.
Let me rewind this. Okay. All right. Now this is your guy, right? This is the kid I was watching before.
Yep.
Now is he young too?
He is going to be a senior. This is
okay.
This is Ahmad Dortch, one of those kids, very athletic. To Julius, he's probably the most athletic guy he's ever seen. Like
he looks like Tyler. He's tall and long like you.
Yeah.
Oh, good with his hand. Good chop.
Take one.
There's the spin. Nice job on the spin. Good counter.
Yeah. I was going to say the O-line overset there. That's what I was talking about with the outside spin, Steve.
Yeah. Well, I rarely seen it. Go ahead, Julius. That was a great job. That was a good counter by him.
I think Julius is on mute.
Oh, Julius, unmute yourself. Can you hear me, Julius?
I don't think he hears.
I think he's
Okay.
frozen.
Juice.
Oh, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Nah, I think something going on with his phone.
I'll take two. He fat and damn slow.
We can't hear you.
Oh,
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, there you go.
There
Okay.
you go.
now.
I was asking Julius. This kid, he is really good with his hands. He's got good speed. I like that outside spin move
Yeah.
that you teach. Kind of walk me through, because I haven't seen a lot of them. Kind of walk me through the teaching progression of an outside spin move like that. How you teach it?
So I don't really teach the spin as a move. I teach it as more of a counter.
It was a counter. I'm sorry. That was a great
Yeah,
counter.
so,
Yes, it was a counter. Yes.
So disclaimer about this kid, right? So this kid called me 2 years ago, right? So I called one of his coaches from his school, and he was like, "This kid is not going to play for us." You know, he was a
said
kid
that.
yeah, he was a kid that nobody believed in. He was pretty much being thrown away. Nobody took him serious. And over the past 2 years, this kid has done nothing but work. He went out last year as a first-year starter. As a junior, had 9 sacks. And he came into pass rush season, 5v5 season on a
Right.
mission. And
Right.
the guy
To
he's
make a
going
statement.
against in this video has about 40 offers.
Ah!
And he's doing this guy bad. And he still hasn't had his first offer
That's the
yet.
one I like.
But he's a stud, man. He's a guy. He's one of the most athletic edge guys in the nation.
I'll take two.
He's gonna get his respect soon. He is a guy for sure.
Wow. That was really good. Jeez. Jeez. Tyler, you see that?
Super slippery kid.
I
Super
did.
athletic.
Let me see it again.
I just he's really good at attacking the hands.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
really good at attacking the punch. Watch right here.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Up and under.
Yes. His
Couldn't even get his hands on
quickness
him.
is insane.
Couldn't even
Insane
get his-
lateral quickness. And yeah, great hands.
Couldn't even get his hands on him. Now he's a little bit wider.
Oh,
he just that's like stealing right there.
great.
The guy
lean,
just
too.
the guy
After
just
he makes
completely
after he makes the step, great lean as well.
yeah. Julius, I mean, he completely got overset. This guy jumped outside, and he was smart enough to read it, take the inside, and his quickness just took over. Like you can't recover from this.
He is a specialist, but he's definitely going to have, 10 plus sacks again this year. He's a kid that he hasn't yet earned his respect, but it's definitely coming. He loves to work. He works out with us 3 times a week. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll definitely be a P5 guy. Coming in 2 years for sure.
Now, do you like him better coming out of a 2-point stance, or do you like him in a 3-point stance? Because there's a lot of debate about that. Even the 4 down guys are still using 2-point stances, and as long as they can hold the edge and hold their own in the run game, they've been fine. But what's your preference?
I'm definitely a 3-point stance guy.
Yeah.
We're in a cute football stage now. To where all these guys, they like to stand, and standing actually makes you feel like more of an athlete. In my opinion.
Right.
But to me, there's nothing like getting in that 3-point stance, burying those knuckles in that grass.
Get your ass up.
And,
yep.
Attacking guys. Yes, sir.
That was really good right there. Tyler, do you see that? I mean, he had a nice shake, right, left, boom, came right up and under.
great suddenness in his movement, great hands, and like once he gets that edge, great lean. He has great lean, gets
Yeah,
right to the
great body
quarterback.
lean.
Yeah.
Now, this is something I have seen, Julius. I wanted to ask you about this because I saw TJ Watt do it. I've seen some other pass rushers do it where they keep their outside leg up instead of their inside leg. Is there a reason for that? Is that something you teach, or is that something he's just playing with, doing something different? Because I
I
always thought
like
it
the
was inside
guys.
leg up. That's why I asked.
Yeah, yeah. I like the guys having their inside foot back just for attacking purposes. I feel like I want the O lineman
Oh,
to either
okay.
feel like I'm going to power or beat him inside, and that's either going to cause him to post inside or to
Yes.
freeze,
Right.
and give us
Right.
the outside. So I
So
just feel like
you're
for attacking purposes, you want to show them that that inside leg first, so they can sit instead of kick.
so outside leg up. First step is with the inside leg.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got you. Jeez,
Wow.
God, I mean, he is so good. People can't get their hands on him. There's the inside spin.
Great, great counters. Great counters. His counters are on point.
He's a little wide with his rush. He's a little wide with his rush, but he corrects himself, which I like. Well, he's starting wide too. Oh, then back in. Nice
Yeah.
job.
Oh, he's making a living on that. Oh,
Oh,
he's making
now
a living on that inside outside.
now
Love it.
that's
Love
an excellent inside spin. Now, Julius, do you teach like chop, and then you use your elbows to spin around on like an inside spin move? I think he's frozen.
I think he's frozen again.
Tyler,
Yes.
inside spin move. You're
Yeah.
starting outside.
I think the inside spin move is
You
one of
chop
the
and use your elbows.
definitely. I definitely use the elbow. I think the inside spin is one of the best, if not the best move for counter the inside.
Oh, it used to kill me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
agree. I agree.
I know, Steve.
Yeah, thanks. Uh, Coach Jordan, the way that it's taught. I mean, I think he did start a little bit wide, but he recognized it, and then he came back in. He hit it quick,
Right.
like the speed that he hit it with was really quick.
Right.
But the way that it's taught, is it taught necessarily as a counter, or will you teach it also as a primary move? Will Julius do both?
Well, for Dortch, it has to be his counter because
It's his counter. Okay.
he's got those legs. He's very athletic going up the field. As you can see from the clip, like you said earlier, he's wide now. So he's starting up the field, and he wants to see if the offensive tackle
Goes with
is
him.
going to be a little stagnant or go all over the place. And once
Right.
he comes in, he'll drop that elbow with the quick spin, and you can see it knock the tackle off balance.
Yeah, I agree. God, he's got that spin move down. He's very good with it. Very good with it. Wow, that was good right there.
Yeah,
That was good right there. I mean, he is slippery as hell. How much would you say he weighs?
Right now, when we looked at him, he was like 205, 210.
Boom. Right there, it gets around. Nice
Good
job. Nice
Good
job.
corner.
Nice
Julius,
job.
how old is he?
Julius
This
popped
year.
up.
This upcoming year.
Coach, how old is he?
He's a young bull. He's like 16.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think he turns 17 real soon, but yeah, he's like 16.
All right.
Let
He's
me
got room
just
to
see.
grow. He can put some pounds on, too.
Yeah, it's not about if we give him
That's what I
about
started with.
another 10, 20, he'll be okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Hey, Julius, we were watching your protege there. he has an outstanding spin move. He's got a good outside spin move, got a good inside spin move, and he's good with his counter. And you teach that as a counter. Is that kind of your base for a counter? If they're too far up outside or inside?
I tell the guys, take what they give you, right? So if they're on the hip, we're going to take them back inside. If they're sitting inside, we're going to go outside. So I'm the type of pass rush coach, I teach to attack. And then once you attack, however they, combat that is what you do next.
Right. No, I mean that was some really good stuff. I mean he is going to be someone to contend with. Now let me see if I do this right. Okay. All right. We want this right there. Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, let me just, I'll make this bigger so everyone can see. Can I control it from here? No, okay.
Hey guys, so we got
Anthony Smith.
Super Bowl champion Anthony Smith just popped.
Yes, I saw that. I didn't want to be a fanboy, but I am for sure. Mr. Smith, thank you for joining us.
Fellas, appreciate y'all for having me. How's everybody doing?
Oh, great, man. You got some great talent here, and it's been a joy watching some good old line play. All right, so who do we have here, Julius?
That's Zayden.
Yeah, so that's Zayden Walters. He's our highest rated kid on our team. Absolute stud, plays O-line and D. That guy he's going against right there is considered the best D lineman in the nation. In
the nation?
The whole nation.
Yeah.
Holy
crap. He jumped in. That was a great situation. We were actually tied. And it was best on best, to break the tie. And Zayden hopped in there and showed why he's one of the best in the nation.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about the scoring? How they score this? Who wins offensively or defensively?
Yeah, so each rep, has a point. So if the offensive lineman blocks the defensive lineman within 4 seconds, they get a point. Okay. And if the defensive lineman gets to the bag, before 4 seconds is up, the defense gets the point. There's 6-minute rounds.
Right.
At the end of that 6 minutes, if it's tied, then we have to break the tie with our the best guy from our team and the best guy from their team.
Now, who does the actual scoring for?
So there's scorekeepers. There's guys that are designated. There's referees.
Okay, so there are referees. Okay, wow.
There's to keep score.
All right. And these kids are really getting after it.
Hey, can I get that?
Yeah, it's big time. Coach Jordan is really always really fired up, man. Coach Jordan, he's a worldwide celebrity for 5v5, man. Everybody knows Coach Jordan, man, from these videos.
Nice job there.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is under the radar.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, but Under the Radar is a huge platform, man. It's one of the biggest platforms that covers these guys. College coaches call us all the time, and they ask, who's that guy that's at 502? Who's that guy that's at 718? And this is a big platform that helps these guys get recruited,
Right. I like it.
Highlights of every tournament.
Oh, good punch.
Oh, hey.
Now that's a Coach Jordan. That's one hell of a punch right there. I mean, he knocked the hell out of him But what I really like is the way you teach the pass set. They don't give up that much ground, and they shoot their hands right from, I used to teach from the holsters. They don't wind up and punch. I always taught my punch like a jab. It's like a boxer's jab. It's quick, and you lock. If you get it once, you lock on. And wow, he just knocked the crap out of him. And when you can shock a guy like that, that is a good punch.
Especially when they get up as low as he did.
Yeah. Wow. Is this your guy too?
No, that's still Deuce. So the video that you're seeing is from the whole ordeal,
The
different teams.
Thing. Okay. So these are everyone.
Yep, these are everybody.
All right, just give me a heads up when your guys are up.
I got you. So after this clip, we'll go.
Man, this is great production value. So that you're saying Under the Radar produced this?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So the guy in the screen, it was his tournament. Shout out to Lawrence Keys up in North Carolina.
Okay.
It was his little fiasco. We went up there. Under the Radar was there. 24/7 was there. My company was there recruiting EGA. We was there, and they got the most of it because Under the Radar, like Coach Julie said, is one of those platforms. Not only do they do competitions, they do games, they do all-star games. Like, it's a pretty big deal.
Wow.
Yeah, the trenches. Look what we got.
That's good that he does that.
Do not buy new windows if you live in Maryland.
That's
Americans
all right.
living in zip
We'll
codes
skip
starting
this.
with 20 and 21 are being paid to switch.
So this is us.
Oh, that, my friend, is a pass rush. Tell me a little bit about this kid.
Well, that's Deuce Gerald's. I mean, what can you expect? The kid he going against is one of our young bulls, Carl Nassetti, real good kid. I'm not gonna lie to you on camera. He was nervous as hell.
I'm sure he was.
He was one of those guys, one of those young pups that was like, okay, what do I have to do? And
right.
Deuce Gerald is one of those speed to power guys. So one thing I told Carl was, and me and Ant talked about it. One thing me and Carl that we talked about was you got to stay low and you got to time the punch. So this right here is it's just Deuce Gerald's being Deuce Gerald's.
Yeah, that kid, he's the best D lineman in the nation.
Right.
And the thing about Carl is he's young. This young kid, Carl,
just a freshman.
Like,
give him credit for jumping out there. Jeez.
Yeah, man. He's one of the best ninth grade linemen. Like, he's going to come. Like, this is one of these moments that we see now that is definitely not going to define him. He's going to come next year.
100%.
The best lineman on the circuit.
100%.
Like you said, he's just one of those deals, man. Once you run into a lion in that jungle, man, and you're not all the way prepared, bad things happen at times. But he's a ninth grader. He has about 9 offers already. All D1 offers as a ninth grader. So,
Jesus.
we were confident putting them out there. But, these guys are elite, and they get paid too. Let's say that.
No, I know that. Anthony Smith, Mr. Smith.
Yes,
I just wanted to ask, I used to teach offensive line play. The biggest thing I tried to prevent was, some of my tackles would drift back a little too far. And I think at some point, I'd like them to take 2 kicks, maybe 3, and then you got to take a stand. Because if you drift back, then you're really close to the quarterback before you even make contact. So and his shoulders are turned a little bit here. Would you prefer him a little more vertical and a little bit tighter, or do you like them to get depth on their sets?
Me personally, I would with him. I think he's in a good position right now outside of being high.
Pad level. Yep. I see what you're saying.
Because if right now he's in a position where they're even and he really can't win outside, and what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
He really can't win inside. So right now he and that's what Coach Jordan teaches. Like you said earlier, our guys don't overset.
Yes.
They kind of got that perfect setting, and it allows them to play even. And as long as they do what they do, man, and what their coaches do, what Coach Jordan teaches them to do, man, our guys usually come out on top and they perform very well.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't, those are those teaching moments to where, they be like,
And you have the film to watch it too, which is huge.
Right.
Coach Jordan, like I get what he says, because you can see he doesn't have the best knee bend here.
Right.
And that's what you need. You got to have that knee bend to have the leverage.
Especially when you're going against a guy that's speed to power.
Yeah, I mean he's clearly going against a guy who's overmatched.
Right. So
because had he been low right there, like it's his chest, it's the Deuce's chest, or his hands in his chest, and CJ has his hands, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In his, so it would have been a stalemate once he posted.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you on that. Are these your guys?
Yes, this is still us.
Okay.
So this is
offense.
So this is Navy. We're on offense.
Okay. Wow. Jesus. He is just good. I mean, he's really good with his hands. I mean, he tries to stuff that's just freaking amazing. Tyler, you see that? He goes for the inside move. And that's how I used to teach it. On the inside move, I would turn it into a dry block. Turn it into a freaking dry block.
I did see that, but yes, that's correct technique, Steve. I apologize. I just had to reschedule something. But yeah, like his punch when the guy made the inside move, he immediately just exploded forward. It was
knocked the hell
very
out.
solid.
That was excellent. Are these your guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great job! Wow, on the outside move. On the outside move, that's a great job. See, I like the set. I like the hands, and he's just great with his hands. Just rides him right by.
Yeah,
Coach Jordan,
great guy, man. Antonio Witters. He's from a high school, Columbia High School, that's local in Decatur, Georgia, man. And he kind of just came with us. Wanted to get himself out there, and now he has himself on film blocking the best D lineman in the nation.
Jeez. Coach Jordan, I was going to ask, like, the way I used to teach it was if you set properly and they want to use their speed rush, you can use their speed rush against them and just run them by.
100%. I think, and the one thing that I like to tell my guys is look at the guy's alignment. Look where he's
absolutely.
If he's a tight five, you can jump him, or you can get one kick and go at him. When you got a guy like Deuce Geralds, who's going to start out maybe at a 5 or a 7, who can play a 5, you can get 2 kicks in and then settle. And one thing that Anthony does here that's good is you can tell he's a little like, okay, I don't know whether to give up the inside or the out, so I want to keep him on the outside because he is a 7 technique.
That's what I like. Yeah.
The one thing that he does is he punches, and dude gets him a little bit with the rip, but as you can see, he's forcing him. He's
down. So far away from the quarterback.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, Coach Smith, Anthony Smith. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's a great job of him doing that and recognizing the technique of the defender, and with his set and then his punch. I mean, getting his hands on, running them right by. It's like stealing. He did a great job there.
Yeah, those guys do, man. We have and the thing I like about our linemen, O-line the most is they're patient.
Yes, you got to be patient.
Yeah, they're very patient. So I commend Coach Jordan for that. Yeah.
That, you know what, Coach Jordan, that's the one thing I have not seen is linemen leaning. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys will lean or reach forward. Your guys don't do that. Your guys sit back, they're patient, and then they punch.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Very important. Is this your guy?
Mm-hmm.
God, he is massive.
Yeah, he's bright and hurt.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jordan.
That might be the best left tackle or tackle that's going to be in 27. He's only a sophomore.
Wow.
The guy
he's a sophomore?
Yeah, only a sophomore. The guy he's going against is Catrell Webb, another very good edge rusher. Another likes to work the technique and everything. They battled all day. And one thing that he did that's better, if you go back, I don't think they played it, is like Bryson he's going to be patient, but Bryson likes to fake. Bryson's going to give you a kick.
Oh, that was my favorite too.
To see what he does. And what Catrell does that's good is that he stays with the active hands. But when you got 6'5", 300 in front of you and you just trying to go through them, it's not necessarily going to work.
Yeah, Tyler, that was my favorite move. I love the pump fake. Show the hands, then they go to chop, and then you knock the fuck out of them. Mm-hmm. So he definitely did that.
Yeah.
God, he buried him.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. He is ferocious.
I love Second C said, I love the intensity of these workouts. This is amazing. Like, not even a pad.
Jeez.
Wow.
He is so good. I mean, he shut it. Oh, that was your guy, right? The pass rusher was your young buck, right? Or not the offensive guy. Oh, look at that spin move. Julius, I think this is one of the toughest moves to stop inside for centers and guards when guys can go to the quick spin right off the bat. Is that something you teach? You like to mix it in, the quick spin, if it's passing down?
Yeah, definitely, man. If he jumps on that, if he closes fast at that hip, the inside is open. So I would rather him jab or lay and kind of keep his hands in front of him.
Correct. Yes.
And not turn his back, but the spin is definitely a nice looking move, to say the least.
And he hit it fast. I like the speed that he hit it with.
Yeah.
Now, how many teams are involved in this right now? Is it just 2 or is it 3?
So right now it's just two going.
Oh, okay. Jeez. That is a great job.
Agreed.
Coach Jordan, I mean, the way you teach your pass sets are excellent. Because what I loved right here, he took his 2 kicks and then he settled.
Right.
And then he waited on the defender. And Tyler, as you know, that kind of puts you in a tough position because now he's got depth, he's got you beat. You have to make a decision. Am I staying outside? Am I going to try to go inside?
Exactly. Yeah, like put the onus on the defensive lineman. That's tremendous coaching right there, tremendous technique.
And I like the knee bend. He's got good knee bend right there. He's low. He's good with his hands. And he just fucking buried. Look at that. Fuck you. Well, it's like, suck my dick. Jesus. Love it.
He's very overwhelming. Like, he's technically very sound. Then when they try to make a power move, he just buries them.
Oh, he catches them, yeah.
Yeah, like his set's amazing. Then when they make the move, he catches them and just buries them.
And what Coach talked about is the patience. Jesus, look at this on defense. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Great punch right there. I mean, this kid is Jesus. He's legit. He goes both ways.
Both ways.
I mean, once he gets his hands on you, it's over.
He's definitely in that.
Once he gets his hands on you, it's over. He's a little. Jeez. God, I want to sign him now.
He's a man child. He's one of those guys, like a gorilla, who doesn't really know how to use his strength yet.
Right.
Well, he's like a baby giraffe.
Right.
He's still got to learn.
He's a little more lethal than that, Steve.
I know, but my God.
Baby bear. He's like a baby bear, Steve.
Right.
Yeah, okay, look fine. A baby
wow.
bear. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Goon.
Hey, I love the intensity. I love the competition too. Like they got that mean streak in them. Like I love it. They all have such a great mentality as well as great technique.
No, you don't see this. This is
No,
like
no.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's definitely a trench mob characteristic thing. It's something that we bring.
yeah. You
You
built a culture with these kids.
Yeah.
I can see for sure.
if you
Very
watch
impressive. Very impressive.
if you watch the other teams, there's not as much action, as when we go.
No, I mean you guys all support each other. You guys all get up and get after it,
Yeah.
which I really like. Was that your guy?
Mhm.
Yeah. Torch. My torch.
Jeez, the end. That was. I gotta see that again. I mean,
Oh.
so good with his hands. I mean, everything you're teaching is solid
Yeah.
stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
Good job attacking the hands, coming back underneath.
Ooh, wow. Sliding wall right there. Ooh, hey.
Jeez.
They all
Oh, that's a.
they all understand angles so well too. They
Well,
take
yeah, they definitely keep the rush lanes, which is good.
up.
This is the cutting edge portable Wi-Fi hotspot that people wish they found out about.
They keep their rush lanes, which is really good. You don't see a lot of BS.
Yeah, that kid just went. He was large, man. That kid, he's like 6'8".
Yeah, I
Great 6'9".
I can see that. I saw that. My God.
Meat missiles everywhere.
Well, I think these are some of the other guys. These aren't your
Some of the
guys,
other
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, these are the other guys. Okay.
Yeah, so there's lots of these teams, but we try to enter the tournaments that have like the most known and and the better.
Yeah, you want the better competition for your
That's
guys.
California Power. They're the number one team in the country. They pretty much have all 4 stars and 5 stars on their team. They're a great team that has the P on it. They're from California.
Right. Oh, he almost had it. That's all right with this set. God, this is in North Carolina too. Wow.
Yeah.
So we're bringing this thing to Connecticut this year, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm excited about.
27.
That's what I'm excited about for April 26th. That's the kid. I mean, this kid, I just can't get enough of him.
Nope.
No, this is the kid right here. This kid is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a violent young man.
God, the speed too. I mean, that's rapid fire. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh wow, that nice stab.
God, that's him again. He does such a great job. He does such a great job, Coach Jordan, with that pass set and to recognize the inside move. Like right there, he doesn't overset. Mm-hmm. He's in great position. Gets his hands on, it's over. And now exactly what I used to teach. Turn it into a drive block. Turn it into a run block. Kick the shit out of him. That's what he does.
And one thing about Bryson, man, he might be my most patient kid. Like out of all the linemen I have, to be 6'5", 300 to bend the way he does, to anchor the way he does. He's one of those kids you just got to tell him one time. Just one time.
Yep. And that's the best part. You only got to tell them once, and they listen. Try the long arm.
Yep.
So now is this 1 6-minute competition that they're showing right here, or are they just showing highlights everything from
highlights everything?
Okay, gotcha. These are some of the other kids. It's amazing to see the amount of guys they got there. Oh. Now that's him again. That was your guy, right?
Yeah, those are our guys. The play before with the center and them. Those are our guys.
Speed, great strength.
My God, he it's just boom right there. Lock in with the hands. It's over. Done.
No. Ooh.
Speed the pot. Look at the great job with the bolt. Whoa! He almost had that. You just got to come back a little tighter. That's my guy right there with the glasses. Great job. Finish. He got there.
Yeah.
He's a young buck. Oh, the one-arm stab.
Sophomore.
X.
Great. Oh, great job on the one-arm stab. Great job finishing the spin. I mean,
super duper impressive.
Yeah,
wow.
The talent here is
just
so good all around. But you can definitely see the difference in coaching when your guys compete.
I second that. Like, they're very, very sound fundamentally too.
Yeah, when your guys compete, I mean, you can definitely see. Well, I have to say, we gotta call Coach Moore because there is some talent there that and UConn has not contacted you or anyone.
So, man, Cully, it's sad to say that UConn is probably the school I talk to the least.
It's going to give me agita to know that.
We talk to, like, we're talking to Georgia Tech, Florida State, Florida, Alabama. We talk to these schools, Rutgers. I've talked to Rutgers 80 more times than UConn. Like, we got a kid that's going to Rutgers right now who UConn never even, never even called me back about. So I love my alma mater, man. I'm a UConn guy all the way, but for some reason, I don't know if I did something to anybody back in the day. Or
No. You know what?
It's been hard to get our guys connected.
Coach Mora is taking transfers mainly right now. That's one of the issues. They only took 12 freshmen, and the rest were transfers. But
I'm not even going to lie. I mean, I'm not going to let them off the hook, man, because this has been for
no, I'm not either. And
don't
like us doing this. UConn is one of the schools that we've talked to the least, and they've had someone in the office that I've known the entire time.
And and I'm texting Mike Burton as we speak to make sure. Mike Burton, he runs our NIL collective, and they're definitely not on top of this shit. He's going to see these kids.
And Tyler, man, we had a guy that was at University of Florida, and he was transferring, and UConn was the first school I contacted, and he ended up going to Colorado.
What?
Wow.
And UConn, and he didn't get contacted by anybody for 3 days after I contacted UConn and all of a sudden he blew up and ended up going to go play with Deion Sanders. It just tells you what type of kid he was.
Yeah.
At UConn, and they just
yeah, for sure. Well, Coach, what we're gonna do? Send me the names of the kids that we mostly watched. We'll, this has been live, so it's posted. I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna write the description, put the kids' names. Especially if they're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Make sure that they share it. I am gonna send this film to Mike Burton and some of the coaches at UConn. Phil Hunt, who's he works in the president's office, he's got to see this stuff because we need linemen, and our defensive line is losing Jelani Stafford, who's huge for us. They need pass rushers. They did not have a lot of sacks all year round, and you have some quality talent that we can showcase, and they need to get their asses down there. We can't let these kids. We have a UConn guy training these kids, and we're not taking advantage of it, and that's something that I can't live with myself. But Coach Smith, I didn't hear from you. Do you primarily work with the offensive guys too?
No, so I'm the overseer.
Yeah, okay. You watch everything.
Yeah, I'm the Virgo. My birthday's in September, so by nature I'm a perfectionist. So I just make sure,
That's truth.
while Coach Jordan and Coach Juice is teaching, I reiterate, what they're teaching and make sure our guys are, just on top of their game. So
you're doing a great job.
Guys to do the right thing. And I throw my little 2 cents in because I have played wing, team, so I know how to kick step, and I know how to rush. I blocked. I'm number 1 in Syracuse for block punch, so I know how to.
Coach Smith, I am well aware of you. I live in Utica, and Syracuse was my dream school. I watched Syracuse ever since I was a kid, so I know you quite well, and it's just awesome that you're a part of this group. So that's why I said I'm trying not to act too much like a fan, but I'm well aware, and it's awesome that you're part of this group. Coach Jordan, I think your offensive line is excellent. You're doing great work with them. And Julius, putting this all together with your D line, and just going on the road, like you said, throwing him into the fire, having him compete. That's the biggest thing because, as you know, you have to have a short memory. And there's guys, if they have a bad play, they'll go into the tank, and then you lose them, and you can't get them back. So you're giving them competition now. So their experience level, they get beat. They get ready for the next play. They put it behind them. So I think you're doing a fantastic job, and this entire group. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So you have we got to talk the camp February 23rd, Miami. It's at 10 a.m. You can sign up at battleofthetrenches.com. Where's it located again?
So it's going to be down in Miami, Florida.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Uncle Luke from the 2 Live crew back in the 90s. So he's the head coach.
No, I am familiar with that entire situation. I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's down there. He's a well-respected coach, man. He's one of the most highly respected coaches in the U.S.,
What's the high school?
Edison High School.
Okay, good. All right, we'll make sure to put that in the notes. We got to, your group is going, but obviously, like you said, kids want to sign up. you'll take them now. And, now is the time that's most critical. It's just turned February. So if you want to get better, if you want to reach your potential, if you want a chance to develop, if you want a chance at a scholarship, if you want a chance to play Division I, this is the group that you need to work with in Decatur, Georgia, with such an incredible coaching staff. Coach Jordan, I think you're doing an awesome job with the offensive linemen. I love the technique. Julius, obviously, your defensive linemen are very, very well coached. Coach Smith overseeing everything. I just, like I said before, the culture that you've built is really incredible. And Tyler knows this. I hate the word culture because people use it they use it as a buzzword, but they don't really know what it means. And I can tell just from watching this film that you guys have a great culture with this group. And that's very, very difficult to build. You've instilled values, hard work. They're tough. They fight. Everything that you look for in kids. And you're getting them scholarships. You're getting them looks that they normally would not get. Tyler, any last words from you after watching these prospects?
I'm blown away by just how professionally run it is, how the level of talent is staggering. The thing that really, stuck out to me was both several times we see we're like, wow, he's really good. You were like, how old is he? You're like,
he's a sophomore,
eighth grader. Like the fact you gave these kids so early and just building them up from there. Again, it's part of the level up of the game, and you guys are at the forefront in this aspect of it.
No, that's exactly right. So, Julius, this is your first episode of the Trench Mob show. I think we did okay. Right?
No, definitely, man. Great job, guys.
You got some good viewership. You got some good viewership already. You're off to a good start.
Tyler. These guys work hard, man.
No, they deserve it. They deserve it.
As coaches to go out here, and make connections. Get on networks like you guys. This network, you guys are doing a phenomenal job of, having all these subscribers and followers. So we definitely, appreciate you. I appreciate, Tyler King, TK, man, the guy who I definitely.
He wanted to come on. Yep.
I watched TK eat people for 2 years, man.
He did.
Really stud, man. I was, I still talk about TK till this day, man. I was a linebacker when I first got to UConn, man. So,
right.
When I went to defensive end, I went back to those TK films and, the guys that were there before me, man. So, definitely appreciate him being on as well, man. A guy who I've always looked up to and watched him do it before I did it. So, definitely big thanks to you guys, man, for being a part.
Julius,
absolutely.
An honor to have you, and thank you very much for that.
Absolutely. So, I will get a description written. We'll get the prospects, their names, and we will make sure we'll get it over to Coach Schumann to put on his YouTube channel as well. And this is the first. You have so much talent. I look forward to watching more. So each week, pick whatever you want as far as the camps you go to, as far as the kids you're working with, anyone you want to showcase. Pick who you want, pick a couple, and we'll spend time looking at them, evaluating them, and showcasing them. And then that'll definitely help get them exposure because we'll be on every social media platform plus YouTube. So I think that's big. We made it through the first episode. So for Mr. Coach Anthony Smith, such a pleasure to have you on and meet you. I obviously was a fan. Julius, great job as always. Former UConn defensive end, played in the NFL, amazing NFL career. Coach Jordan, I thoroughly am impressed. As an offensive line guy, I normally hate on other offensive line guys and say I don't know what they're doing. You know what you're doing. You're doing a great job, and I love the technique work, and you're teaching these guys the right way. And I love that you're working with young kids, so they're not developing those bad habits. They don't have to be retrained. You're coaching them the right way early, and they're only going to get better. And Tyler King, thank you. You were excited to join us. I'm glad that you came. Tyler King, Crown Sports Entertainment. He's got a fight coming up, which is exciting. He's going to get back in the ring, Octagon, or whatever it's called. Tyler, all he does, he trains, he teaches class, and then he beats that ass. Sometimes he pounds it. So, for the first inaugural Trench Mob show, remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.